CSS Measurements by Trisha Greenwood. There are two types of measurements, absolute and relative. Absolute measurements are actual fixed measurements. As you can see from our graphic, there's inches, centimeters, millimeters, and so on. They are not usually recommended for screens because screen sizes vary so much. They are great for print layout. The last element on that list is px, which stands for pixels, and that is the next one we're going to talk about. Of the absolute value measurements, pixels, or px, is the only one we should consider using for web design. Some designers are abandoning px for rem, which we will discuss later. Designing for different screen sizes has required developers to use tools that can display and be compatible with various screen sizes. A pixel is an actual small measurement based on the lit area of your screen. Now we'll discuss relative length. We're going to cover just a few of the main means of measurement using relative length. There's EM, EX, CH, REM, VW, VH, Vmin, Vmax, and percent. EM equals ephemeral unit. EM is relative to the font size of the element. 2EM means 2 times the size of the current font. For example, if a div has a font size of 2EM, then you add a paragraph within that div with a font size of 2EM. Now your font is 2EM of the relative that you set with your div. So the size will refer back to the element that it's in. And so you'd have to do some math to figure out what the actual size is based on the element that it is using. The M unit refers to the font size of its parent element. If you change the font size, then the M also changes. If not specified, the normal default size text for, say, a paragraph element is 16px. So in that case, 16px equals 1em. It can be affected by inheritance values. REM, which equals root measurement. REM is based on the root element of the HTML. That means wherever the root value size of the font is, then the REM is that size throughout the document. It is scalable and isn't affected by cascading CSS. It sets the font size based on the font size of the root HTML element. EX, the X height of the current measurement. EX is a rarely used form of measurement in CSS. 1EX is equal to the height of the current font letters X. It can be used for inline images to fit well with current fonts. Percent, relative to parent element. Percent will allow a size to shift to match the parent value versus an EM or EX, which will stay the size it is written. Percent is similar to EM and is mobile viewer compatible. Percent is a liquid style measurement because it can move with the parent container. Other measurements, such as PX, are fixed and do not change. So you can imagine on different screens, the percentage will have to change based on the size of the screen. Other means of measurement. VW, VH, Vmin, Vmax all belong to the viewport unit of measurement. They are written with relationship to the viewport size. The viewport is also called, as we know it, the browser window size. They can be useful in being used to limit the viewing area of a browser. CSS measurement conclusion. Selecting which method to use can be overwhelming, but knowing the different uses and means to use them, we can make good choices when designing our websites and pages. Practicing and experimenting are wonderful ways to learn how to use the various means of measurement. W3schools.com has practices set up where you can try out each measurement tool and see how it affects the display. Now, go try it.